We're live and direct. It's Champions Way, Incorporated, ChampionsWay.com, Sensei Nick Doherty, John Malik, Datismo Senipur, and this is Google Plus Part 2. Thank you so much for joining us today. Very exciting day. It's my birthday. I just turned 32, so we're dropping some beats and enjoying ourselves up here in beautiful North Vancouver, British Columbia. And I'm going to run upstairs and join the boys. At this point, it's time for the introduction.
Okay, guys, everybody, thank you so much. We're really rocking it out here in Vancouver today. This is an awesome privilege for me to be out here doing a webinar with John Malik. Okay, it's his birthday, so make sure you Facebook him, Google Plus him, send him a big shout out. One of the hardest working guys in the industry. Big shout out. So this is going to be a lot of fun today. We're going to make it quick. We're not going to go 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to make this quick and to the point. A lot of exciting things coming up. So quickly, all right, first of all, everybody knows about Champions Way. We were founded in 1998 by Mr. Frido Dar. We currently serve over 5,000 small businesses. We have our headquarters in beautiful British Columbia, and everybody knows I am on the East Coast in the New Jersey office. Just a quick background about me and John. It's an interesting story. I'll make it quick. I was a Champions Way client 10 years ago. I got on the phone. I wanted to cancel, and John was the guy that told me it was the wrong decision. That ended up being the best thing I ever did, which was staying with him. John walked me through everything, showed me how to use the math software. And this picture here is where everything started with me and John. We got started with our library, the Champions Way Library. Started as an idea in our garage, or actually my garage in New Jersey. So real quick, in order to connect with us, the most important thing first is to follow Champions Way on Facebook. And you could do that at facebook.com/ChampionsWay and Champions Way fans. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. And obviously, we want you to plus us on Champions Way. All right, so that's on Google+. On Facebook, for me and John, you can follow us as well. All right, we're always posting. Last night we were up there working and just dropping beats and just making some content for today's webinar. Also on Twitter, you can follow me at Sensei_Nick and John at John Malik. Google+, same thing, and also LinkedIn. So make sure you follow us on those networks. Just to talk a little bit before we get started about the training day, we're real excited about that. I know some people are really excited. I'm not going to give everything out today. I'm going to go through it quickly. I'm going to give you some stuff that you can incorporate immediately. But if you want to see the next things for Google+, we have a course, and I'll be going into it in detail and taking people that come to the training day and totally optimizing their page, their Google+ page. Google+ is the new SEO for Google. All right, it's there's a lot of research we've done behind it. We're excited about that. I'll also be talking about setting up multiple sites using Perfect Mind, email nurturing system, everything for 2012. Master Melody Schumann, specialist in children's martial arts training and consulting. She'll be speaking there as well, and as well as John, he'll be ripping it. He's got some amazing things to automate your school through using Perfect Mind. It's something you absolutely want to make sure you're using.
And it's in beautiful Miami, Florida, so you definitely want to check this out. It's an opportunity to learn, network, and enjoy a little bit of time offline. Beyond that, tickets are $149. This is an amazing rate. You're going to get 6 sessions and a catered lunch and an opportunity to network with the best in the industry. We truly believe the Champions Way family is the highest of quality of martial arts professionals, and we hope you can make it. So mark your calendars, February 18th, Miami, $149 for a full day of training. All right, Sensei Nick, it's time to get going. Let's log into Google+.
Okay, guys, like I said, this will be a little bit different. We're not going to, just go through. John, can I minimize this right here? Just right there? Okay, there we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to do, instead of doing screenshots and showing you everything and then you're lost when you get out of there, me and John decided to do more of like a live demonstration. Okay, so real quick, John, let's log into Google+. We're already up there. Okay, so if you do not have a Gmail account, obviously, there's still going to be a lot of different people at this webinar. So if you need to get started first, create a Gmail account. It will walk you through how to get set up on Google+ as well. We're already in there, so I'm going to go right to my profile. So if you notice here, okay, here's my email address, okay, my Google+ account. Let's go right to it, okay? Actually, we're going to go right to profile. So if you notice here, I'm going to give you some basic tips, okay, and then you can take a look at your profile. The unique thing about Google+ versus, Facebook, okay, and the new search is basically they want to really make sure they're checking out people. It's more about people. So even if you have a school, okay, your personal profile is very important. So this right here, I'm going to give you some examples. This is, for, obviously Nick Doherty. I help small business owners with online marketing, social media strategy, and lead generation. This right here, for what you want to do is just keep it simple. Talk about that you're a martial arts instructor. You're offering martial arts lessons in your town name. Okay, we'll get back to that later. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now, what we do here first is we go to Edit Profile, and I'm going to show you and give you some suggestions on exactly what I want you to do here. Okay, so the introduction, I want to make sure that when you're going in here, you're not just leaving it blank. Okay, don't just put that you're a martial arts instructor. That is not enough. Okay, you want to go through it. You want to make sure that you're putting things that talk about the area you teach. All right, and also you want to have links. So I have here obviously my link to Champions Way. My suggestion for you would be to have something here for some type of kit, a bully prevention kit, a link to that using Perfect Mind. All right, again, content. Click here for a 30-day trial, something like that. And John will be showing you exactly how to do that coming up. And then I have here, I should probably get rid of this one here. Follow me on Facebook because I have my links over here, okay, and Twitter. But sometimes people won't really go over here. A lot of people don't even know they're here, so I put them there as well. And then I have a link here also to webinars and marketing kits, my text message, etc. So there's two main things I want you to get out of this. In this introduction, all right, be very specific. I love teaching martial arts. I love teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Turnersville, New Jersey, in Brooklyn, New York, in wherever you're teaching, okay? You want to make sure that you're just describing in detail using keywords, a little bit about your program, but do not make it sound robotic, okay? So don't make it look too keyword rich. Or if you haven't heard about the new Google Panda update, they're looking for original content, not like getting SEO specialists going in there and making it sound like a robot. Bragging rights, I just like to talk and put something in there really cool, something that's going to be like funny. All right, I just said you guys know that I follow Jay-Z, and me and John, we're always listening to them. So Ball So Hard University, occupation, you want to make sure you fill this out totally and completely. All right, then your employment, make sure obviously you're listing the name of your school, education. All this basic information must be filled out, okay, correctly. So that's the first part. The profile, getting that set up. Obviously, over here, you want to make sure you have all your links, all your other social networks. Obviously, your school, your business Facebook page. I'd rather put that in than my personal. All right, make sure you're going through that as well. Recommended links. Okay, as you start getting other sites, which we'll be doing for a lot of schools in the future. You want to have your main website. You want to have macro sites. You want to have everything that could link people to your business. The most common thing that I explain to people, and the biggest mistake I made, and I've learned from, was this. Is when people are going to check out your profile, if you have nothing on it, they're not going to add you. Okay, so people are not going to add you at all. So make sure you're filling this out at 100%. And then in your pictures, make sure that you're actually having pictures of all your different types of programs. Whether it's kickboxing, adults, whatever you're having there, change it up. Maybe a picture of the school, something of a celebrity, someone that may be training in your school, someone famous. Just try to make sure you have some good pictures in there. And if you notice when you go in here to photos. Okay, I have all, this is more of my permissions, but let's just go to done editing here. All right, so when you go to my photos, one thing I've done, and I recommend for you as well, is, don't just have all different types of pictures of martial arts. People, okay, are tired of looking at a brand or a logo and not having any idea. Okay, they want to see like who you are as a person. Now, I'm not telling you to put personal pictures of here, you and your wife or anything like that, but, what I'm suggesting is, like, for example, I just added an album about places I was in 2011, and it was like the Super Show. It was when I was doing videos in the library. Okay, the Seaway events, traveling to Vancouver, going to Miami, going to LA. Just giving them something about yourself. All right, one thing that Mark Spranza, I'm gonna give a shout out to Mark Spranza. I'm always trying to take pictures of like wherever I go to nice restaurants and food, because people relate to food. It's like similar to family. Okay, so this is the way you want to have your page set up. You want to add your videos from YouTube, your +1s in there, and so forth. Okay. Now, okay, let's do it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to pass it over to John. Okay, and this is very important. Okay, is your circles. Now, I'm giving you a sneak peek to see what I have here in my circles. All right, you see my circles. I have my family. Okay, I have my friends. I have my marketing circle, which most of you are in. Okay. Now, what you want to do here is very important. So I'm talking about for a martial arts or small business. When you're creating your circles, all right, let's just stick with a small business. If we're in Turnersville, New Jersey, okay, I want to have something that says, local businesses, okay, something that when Google's looking at these circles, Okay, it is part of, like I said, this new SEO, which I'm going to be speaking and showing you in our upcoming course and the training day. So I'm not going to get into that too much. But when you're making these circles, I want you to think about it. Okay, I want you to make sure you have one for your students, you have one for your leads, local businesses in Turnersville, local businesses in Brooklyn, right? I know other types of businesses in Brooklyn, anything you have that, do you think that people, in the area, that's what you want to concentrate on. I'm a little bit different. If you look at my circles, I have a lot of different ones, but I'm an internet marketer. Okay, from a martial arts standpoint, having people in Texas when you live in New Jersey is not going to do anything for you. It's not really going to matter, okay? So you want to make sure that you have everything for specific local areas, okay? PTA in Turnersville, that's Parents Teacher Associations, women's groups in Turnersville. All those communities that events that you go out to and you speak at, it's okay to have small circles about them, okay? And the reason why, and I've talked about this in the last webinar, all right, is because when you start sending content out from your circles, let's take a quick look at that real quick. So let me go here. If I'm going to do a post right here, okay, when you're posting, all right, you don't want to send, like if I'm going to send something out about this webinar, I would send it out to everybody because pretty much everybody in here is like a business. So everyone in my circles are all local businesses and so forth. But if you're a martial arts school, all right, and you're sending everything to your students about signing up for the 6-week special, that's when you lose people. That's what happened on Facebook, all right? And one key analogy I wanted to give everybody when we're talking about that is think about this. Facebook is like the distraction. That's where people are going if they're distracted. They want to see pictures and stuff like that. When people are going to be looking for your business, this is where they're going to go. They're going to come to Google. So the content going out when you're doing that, make sure, okay, that you're sending out to the right people. So if I want to send something out to potential clients, that's great. If I want to send it out to networking people, bloggers, you want to select what you have. So don't select everybody. That's going to be the most common mistake. Select it to who it relates to. So if it's for your students, let's just say this one here was students, okay, because I don't have that in my circles. I might put something up here about the classes are canceled on this day. All right, if I have something for my leads, I might put a YouTube video. All right, that's all I'm trying to say. So when I go to my circles, I'm going to show you another quick tip here too. When you go to find people, all right, the last thing you want to do is just start selecting everybody, okay, and just putting them in. From the research I found, and I didn't do this, when I first started on the community, I remember just kind of add everybody. It's not good, and what happens is if you do that and just add everybody, all right, they look at you as like spam, and then you'll start getting like actual people that are not even real people, or they're just like they're just horrible connections for you. So making sure that you have these circles set up for your school is so critical, right? And again, I gave you some really good tips there, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about optimizing your Google Plus page at the training day, all right, and in the upcoming course. So this is really the simplest way to do it. Make sure you have your circles set up properly, all right? And at this time, I want to turn it back over to John. He's going to go over some forms, and let's do it, John.
Thank you so much, Sensei Nick. So we got down just setting up your page. We got the Google circles up in place. And here we're just going to go back into a presentation so that we can go over the next aspect of it, which will be how to combine that with Perfect Mind. So let me just bring it up. Okay. So I'm going to talk about creating forms to build your list of contacts from your Google Plus activity. I mean, again, we're doing all these different social media activities. We're taking time away from other aspects of our business. What's the point at the end of it? Well, it's to build the awareness, build the reach, create that online culture, but ultimately we're trying to generate more contacts to generate more students. So let's talk about how you can do that. Now, the first thing we have to talk about is the campaigns, all right? Campaigns are absolutely essential before you create a form. Main reason why is tracking and organizing the contacts that you generate. It's not helpful if you generate 1,000 new contacts. I mean, of course, it's great to have 1,000 new contacts, but if you don't know where you got them from, you don't know what's working, and you certainly don't know how to approach those people, as there's different situations based on where you generated. Secondly, if you don't want to make a phone call to every single contact you generate, or if in the forms that you're using you're not requiring a phone number, you have to have some form of way to trigger an automated email to keep the responses at a decent pace so people are still engaged. There's nothing worse than when they fill out a form and they don't get anything and they don't get a phone call, and by the time you reach out to them, they don't even remember doing it. They might even think you're spam or just annoying. So it's really important to have a campaign in place to track organize the contacts generated, as well as trigger the right emails, as well as other workflows that are going to help your business become automated and systemized. The good part about this is campaign creation is really simple, and I've got to give a big +1 out to the Perfect Mind development team. They're the best. Check out how easy they've made this to do for you. First thing you do is you log into the system, and you click on your Campaigns tab, and this is in Perfect Mind offered by ChampionsWay. When you click New Campaign, it loads up a really simple screen where you simply pick the name of the campaign, so that way that's your internal reference point. You understand what it is that that marketing campaign or effort is. And then from there you can fill out a description. You can choose ad copy if there's a landing page or any kind of artwork that's associated with that campaign. And there's a few other options that you can define as you go through it. So you just quickly hit save there. And then here's where we go to create the form. So let's just say the campaign's created. We're all set to go. You go into your settings portion of the system. From settings down the left-hand margin, you click on forms. And then when it loads up the forms, you just click new form. It's that easy. 3 clicks to get to a point of adding a new form. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the things inside creating a form, more so at our training day. There's also classes for our clients, and if you're not a client of ChampionsWay, you can certainly call our sales team, and they'd be happy to take you through it. But one place I really want to focus on that we usually don't speak a lot about is the page layout. This is important, so please listen up. The page layout allows you to define, is this going to be a high-resistance form or a low-resistance form? And if you're not sure about what I'm speaking about, I'm going to talk about it right now. So a low-resistance form is a very simple info request. Example would be requesting only their email. If any of you have ever been to Groupon, they don't ask for anything but your email. It's extremely low resistance. Some people just do name and email. The downside of low resistance is there's not a high qualification behind those contacts because you didn't ask them to do a lot to provide their info. On the flip side, we got the high resistance forms. This is where we're requesting more information. So an example for martial arts school, you might say first name and last name and phone are required. I want to also know your program of interest. Was it the kids program, the jiu-jitsu program, the cardio program? Why is it that you're giving us your information and showing interest? Also, you might ask things like, what's the best time to be reached? And the cool thing about Perfect Mind is you can add or subtract any of these fields every time you make a form to do a little bit of a test to see what works the best. So with a high resistance form, you have to expect less conversions. If 20 people see the form, less people will fill it out versus if it was a low resistance form. However, the benefit is that the contacts are much more qualified. All right? Now, I hate to keep plugging the training day, but we don't have time today to go through page layouts and some of the innovative uses of forms that I'm going to train at the training day. I'm going to show all of you how to do that. If you haven't yet registered, go to this domain and make sure you pick up a ticket, and we would love to see you in Miami. So that's where the page layouts and innovative use of forms will be really detailed into the training day. Okay, that leads me to a really important point here. Sensei Nick just taught you some new things about circles and setting up your Google Plus page. I'm talking about how to set up the things in Perfect Mind, and here's where we really need to discuss the element of time versus money. The goal is to build your list from Google Plus. The goal is to build your list from every marketing effort that you put together. And if you wish to dedicate your time, you need to learn how to stay ahead on all the social outlets, specifically Facebook and Google Plus right now. Also, you need to learn how to use the campaigns, the forms, the reporting, the auto email, how to select images, how to select the right calls to action, and that way you will be successful generating new contacts and new opportunities for your business online. The flip side is you can just simply hire someone to do it and focus your time elsewhere. And ChampionsWay believes in giving you both options. So one option is right here. Register for the course. Check out the link in the chat box. Shouts out to Datis, my man, if you could just type that in the chat box for everyone. If you click on this link, I'll give everyone a quick moment. It's a medium resistance form, and you'll note that it's going to request simply your name, your phone number, and your email address. If you do populate that form and submit the information and enroll in our course, we'll be giving you information as to when the start date will be, and from there it will be an online course giving you the opportunity to learn all the ins and outs that are actually specific and relevant to a martial arts school. So make sure you register. Also, another way to stay up with the education is to continue to follow us. We showed you this slide at the beginning of the webinar. I just want to show it to you again really quickly. Here's where you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and LinkedIn. And then the other option, if you don't wish to put all the time and energy into learning these things, is simply to hire us. Let us do all this for you and let us take it off your shoulders. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to enjoy a short overview of our SMO and marketing services from the absolute rock stars of the martial arts industry, which is my beloved ChampionsWay sales team. Right now I've got Sensei Brooklyn live and direct. I'm just going to pass the phone over to him. He's going to introduce himself, and then we're going to get his presentation up, and we're going to take it over. Sensei Nick, did you want to add anything before I give it to Sensei Brooklyn?
I did. John, can you just minimize that real quick? Thank you. And let me just take the mouse. Perfect. Thank you, Sensei. I want to show you two things real quick. First of all right, this is the new thing we're doing for all of our SMO clients in our email nurturing system. And Sensei Brooklyn, I'm not sure if you saw this yet. Now we're actually sending out landing pages automatically to their students, okay, that will actually add them into Google+. This is all built for them, all right? Yeah, that's pretty dope. So that's cool, all right? And another thing, too, I wanted to take them through, this was like literally 5 seconds, guys, okay? I wanted to show them real quick some of the pages, all right, that we have. So if you look at my page here, I didn't really get a chance to show you this, but I want to make it quick, 30 seconds or less. So when you go to my page, this will be the page I suggest you look at when it comes to making your martial arts page. And if you notice here, I have my free trials down here, okay, all connected to Perfect Mind. So as I'm getting leads, I know they're coming from Google+, I know they're coming from Facebook, I have my schedule funnel, I have my websites, I even have some stuff over here for free trials. But if you notice this, and again, these are all tools that we do for you in the SMO service, okay? So check that out. Here's one of our landing pages. 30-day trial for kids. We have them, obviously for any different style. And that is it. I just want to show them those two things. I'm going to turn it over to my man, Sensei Brooklyn.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Wow, what a bunch of phenomenal information. What I'm going to do is just really quickly go over what we do here. So if you're one of those guys that's over there sitting at your computer looking at the screen saying, my time is worth just too much to spend doing this on my own or trying to have one of my black belts that's phenomenal at kicking and punching and leading kids, try and be a social media guru, we can definitely take that over for you. Now, what do? What does Champions Way do for you so that you can continue being what you are and growing up to be, which is a martial artist? Well, number one is we completely take over your web presence. The first thing we do is build you a complete custom website geared towards social media. Now, when I say custom, it means that we have designed a special layout that is for maximum lead generation. Now, as you can see, there's a couple examples down here of phenomenal websites. I'll just quickly go to one here. One of my favorites, got to plug the Canadians here, Toronto No-Gi. The site is here set with so many different ways to get people in there with their interest and then into one of those forums that Mr. John Malik was talking about. Now, the next thing we do is we actually build you a mobile site. 3 out of 4 people are on a mobile device. So when you visit the website from a mobile device, it'll automatically convert to a mobile website, making it easier for them to get info as well as give info. As you can see by this image right here, here's what your site would look like on a tablet or a regular computer, and this is what it would look like on a mobile device. Again, making it much more easy for them to give you their info so you can invite them into the school. Next, what we're going to do is set up about a dozen social networks for you. And the main ones obviously being your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google+, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. We're then going to go even one step further and hit up all your local directories so that everywhere locally to your business, you can really make that social media monopoly so that everyone knows about you. You've built that trust, you've built that brand name, and you've built that student base. Going one step further again, we always want to go into all the major platforms, one of them being Facebook. We customize the Facebook page for you, as you can see by the examples down below, and we actually redesign it every quarter. Every quarter, we always change all of our marketing campaigns. We always set up new things, back to school, Christmas, New Year's, spring, summer, get that beach bod. So what we're going to do is stay congruent with those and make sure that you're up to date at all times. So we build a Facebook page for you and then redesign it for you once every quarter. Now what we're going to do is actually go and build you some landing pages. This way you can promote your specials, your programs, the different things you have, back to school, punch cards, birthday parties, Zumba, Little Champions, body boot camps, these types of things. We'll even allow you to get the images and send them to us so we can customize them specifically for your dojo. Then at the end of all that, if you don't know what's working and what's not working, what's the point? So we will actually go into your Perfect Mind and customize all your campaigns, all of your reports, and make sure we have auto emails set up so that whenever someone goes to any of these social media networks, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, you are knowing exactly where they came from. So when you pick up the phone that very first time to invite them into the school, you can actually say, thank you for visiting our website. Thanks for visiting our Facebook. Hey, I saw you were on our Google Plus page. Definitely want to invite you into the school and show you what we're all about. Now, if you have any kind of cardio program or fitness program in your school, we can actually connect that to Groupon Living Social as well. Two small little businesses, small little websites that you may have heard of that are doing big things for martial arts studios around the world. Now, why choose Champions Way for social media? Well, simply put, we're the best at it. We've been doing it the longest, and we know what we're doing. We are martial artists ourselves. So if you just quickly look at the screen right here, you will see what clients are saying about us, and that way you don't have to just take my word for it. Now, as you can see here, a gentleman by the name of Ricardo Almeida said we enrolled 65 students through May, June, and July, typically slow months for martial arts schools, and these are full-time BJJ students at $149 a month. You know, so this is great for just bringing in more students. Obviously, you have to do the work of actually signing them up, but here Mr. Keith Miller said, hustle hard. I already have commitments of over $350 worth of prizes from local businesses for our gift baskets, and I've only been working on it 1.5 hours. Wow, $350 for 1.5 hours of work. Put that by 8 hours a week, or maybe even 8 hours a day, and you got yourself some bank. This is my favorite post of all. On our lounge, a gentleman by the name of John Holland was looking into our service and wanted to find out what the clients had to say. And one thing is, that's congruent between all the different clients that are saying things about us is they're always saying the only change that I would have made back when I was deciding would be to jump on board faster. So don't let that time waste. Don't let the middle of the month come or the middle of the year come and you haven't done anything for your social media yet, and don't wait, because your competitors definitely aren't going to wait for you. Hope all that was well. I hope you guys got all the information you needed. Definitely, if you have any questions specifically for me, you can hit me up at brooklyn@championsway.com, or you can even just dial in extension 6319. Hope you guys had a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Sensei. Brooklyn, and representing the sales team down there. Big shouts out to Andy. Big shouts out to Will. Big shouts out to Kobe for sure, the martial arts sales team. Just wanted to let you know at this point, if you have any questions, please register for the Google Plus course. Batiste, if you could just put that registration link in the chat box one more time there. If you have any questions about Google Plus, please register for the course. We will answer all of your questions and then some for sure. So that would be the best way to get your questions answered. Now, beyond that, if you have any questions about our SMO or our marketing services, we have operators standing by right now. You can call in 877-774-5425, option 1. One more time, 877-774-5425, option number 1. And it's my birthday, so I would really like if you'd call in. I might even make you an offer for my own birthday. We'll see how it goes, right? I'm going to pass it back to Sensei Nick. I'm going to go eat some birthday cake. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
All right, guys, make sure, again, thank you to everybody, Datis, John, everyone. And also, make sure you also contact myself or John Malik. One thing I've been doing is now we're going into other markets. We have plastic surgeons, restaurants, everything you could imagine, roofing companies, painting companies, using this product, okay, this particular service. So the cool thing we're looking for now is actually people that are interested. Now, here's the deal. You must actually use it for your school, know how it works, understand everything, and then if you're interested in a reseller opportunity with Champions Way, please contact myself or John Malik. Actually contact John Malik. He'll give you more details, but you have to have it. You have to understand how it works, and that's what we're pushing towards for the next year. So, Sensei John, anything else you want to say?
No, I just want everyone to have an amazing weekend and enjoy life.
Awesome. Everybody have a great day. Take care.